Greetings, welcome, and thanks so much for tuning in. It's Christian of Standing Stones Healing. So honored to say thank you, and to have you here with me. So thank you very much. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this week's episode of the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. In this week's episode, I talk all about having Reiki business meetings. Yes, indeed. Now, I am a Reiki business of one, and yet for years I have been holding meetings with myself. So, what exactly does this look like? It means that at the beginning of every month, I sit down. I pull up my meeting minutes from the month before, and I review what happened last month as I plan for the month ahead. And so the kinds of things that I will review in my meeting minutes are things like the income and expenses for that month, things like the status of maybe my social media outlets, YouTube channel, or Facebook, or Instagram, or whatever it might be. And so, what I'm doing during my monthly meeting is reviewing all of those metrics and taking a look at where my business stands. How many clients did I meet with? What services am I offering? What classes am I offering? What workshops am I offering? What was the attendance like? And so I like to track all of those things. Now, here's the thing, is that numbers are not everything in our Reiki business. Our Reiki business is measured by so much more than numbers. We can't put a number to the number of good feelings that people have when they leave our sessions. We can't put an amount to the improvements that people see in their own lives when they meet with us, whether for Reiki or card reading or coaching or whatever it might be. But using numbers is a great way for us to measure our business, because numbers are something that are really easy and concrete. Oh, of course, here's my kitty. She has to come and say hi whenever I like to sit down and say hello to you. So here is my sweet kitty. This is Rhea. I took her in as a stray almost exactly 1 year ago, and she is a sweetheart for sure. I don't count kitty numbers in my meeting minutes. So number of interruptions by the kitty is not something that I keep track of in my Reiki business. The number would be too high to count. But if we are able to track things in our Reiki business, then we can measure things in our Reiki business, and we can see growth and improvement. So numbers are not everything in our Reiki business. That is for sure. But they are a way for us to easily see growth, and where we're having growth in our Reiki business, and even where we are seeing decline in our Reiki business as well. For instance, let's say that in my Reiki business, I notice that there is a dip in the number of website visitors one month to the next month. Well, I can then take a look and say, okay, why was there a dip? What did I change? What did I do differently? Or if there was a dip in the number of clients, okay, what is that attributed to? And what changes can I make in order to improve that for the coming month? So numbers aren't everything, but they really are an easy way for us to pick out trends and patterns, and to make changes in our Reiki business, and to see where there is room for improvement. So thank you, Tracy, for commenting on my beautiful kitty, sending lots of blessings to your Roxy and those brand new puppies. Quite a handful for sure, I am sure. But something else that I like to do at my monthly meetings is to set goals for the month ahead and to ask myself, what is it that I would like to quote unquote achieve? Because the word achieve can sometimes have us feeling like, oh, my Reiki business isn't about achieving, it's about helping. Yes, I agree with that as well. But using goals for our Reiki business can really help us to stay focused on what matters and can really help us to prioritize our time. And so when I set goals in my Reiki business for the month, I use that as a way to prioritize my time and to make sure that I'm spending my time on the tasks that really matter to me. And so that is how I use my monthly meetings. Do you do monthly meetings for your Reiki business too? Am I the only one who does this? Please feel free to drop it in the comments for me. And check out this week's Build Your Reiki Business podcast episode at standingstoneshealing.com/podcast to hear even more about Reiki business meetings. So sending so many blessings and best wishes and thanks to you for tuning in and to your Reiki business.